Hi everyone. Welcome back to my vlog. I have a special guest tonight, Mr. J Money, with his coin. Tonight's subject is on the friend zone. So the friend zone is actually, it has its own Wikipedia page. That's how much of a urban, thing that it's become, or such a phenomenon that it's become. On Wikipedia, the title line for the friend zone is the quote worst position someone can be in if they have feelings for someone. So that's pretty extreme. And I'm just curious that if people really feel that way, because for some situations, some people don't believe the friend zone exists at all, and other people do. It seems to mostly be a male chasing female thing, but I do know that it exists for girls too. And I'm just going to try to break it down into a couple of different categories because I believe the friend zone includes, I believe the friend zone includes um, the good guy archetype, or the nice guy archetype, the white knight archetype, which is different from the nice guy, and the bad boy archetype, which is usually what the nice guy feels, that they've been or their girl has been stolen away by the bad boy, because girls only want dudes that treat them like crap, apparently. So, what are your thoughts on the friend zone, J Money?
Obviously, the friend zone is a mystical, magical place where your affections are not returned, when you unjustifiably feel like someone owes you feelings or something like that. Whether the friend zone is a real place or not isn't really what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to tell people about why they deserve what they get.
Okay, so people deserving what they get, so to speak. I think he means in terms of when you're friends with someone, you shouldn't expect that they will give you sexual responses in return for you liking them and being their friend for 6 months. I think
Well, why not?
I think that if you are interested in someone, you should tell them that. When you meet them, you should explain to them, I'm interested in you. This is how I feel, off your coin. That's what you get. You should explain to them, I like you, I'm interested. Not, oh, you like that same thing I like. Let's be friends. If you're interested, just say it. That's typically where I feel like the friend zone happens because the girl, usually it's the girl, never knows that dude likes her or whatever. And if they do, they're probably just being really cruel.
And pro tip, if if you approach a girl and you make your intentions known that you are interested in this girl and that you want to do sex with her or you want to pursue a relationship or what have you, and she shoots you down, stop pursuing her. Leave her alone.
Exactly.
Because you're only doing this to yourself. You're now chasing something that isn't running away from you. You're chasing something that can't be caught. She's never gonna. If she wasn't into you in the beginning, you can't just walk up and change her mind. You're not a Jedi. Oh, actually, I kind of hope you are a Jedi so you can teach me. But
we live in a very sex-driven society, and let's go and move on to the archetypes. So the nice guy. Everyone has heard the nice guy finishes last, and all of those kinds of things. And the nice guy, it's really interesting because these archetypes also have Wikipedia pages, which is really hilarious. And the nice guy had a double meaning because the nice guy could be a really good thing, like he's romantic and supportive and he believes in all of your dreams and has this undying love for you. But then the nice guy, on the other hand, is a doormat and gets walked all over, and he only gets the girl after she's realized that the bad boy treats her like shit. And it's kind of like, you have to pick one, or or pick which which side you believe the nice guy lays on. Do you want the nice guy that's a doormat, or do you want the nice guy that's romantic?
Yeah, and pretty frequently, when guys champion themselves as the nice guy, it's usually to protect and hide their other deficiencies. I mean, almost every guy I know who labels himself as a nice guy usually either isn't interesting, is boring, doesn't have a job.
True.
Doesn't know how to talk to women, has low self-esteem, low self-confidence, has never dated anyone before, or feels entitled to the vaginal celebration of a woman.
Because they've been friends with you for 6 months.
Yeah, and let me tell you guys, being nice doesn't mean anything. Lots of people are nice. Serial killers are nice to some people too.
That's true.
I was out back after work hanging out with a bum. He was really nice. Smelled like 6-day-old ass. He was really nice. Because that bum is really nice, does that mean that he should get to do sex?
Probably not. And moving on to the faux nice guy, the white knight. So the definition of a white knight, just a generalized definition of what a white knight is. So the white knight is the guy that is really confidence driven, and he kind of just agrees with whatever the hell the girl says, and he turns into being like the rent-a boyfriend, and he's like the guy that will come and save her when she's upset about her shitty boyfriend or whatever. And he says whatever she would like in order to get in her pants. He understands that his whole endeavor is to get with this girl. And that's generally my understanding of what the white knight is.
Yeah, white knights. White knights are probably the closest thing to someone who doesn't deserve to be in the friend zone. White knights most frequently get friend zoned because they continue to champion after princesses who live in the other castle.
That's a good analogy.
It's so true. They ride upon these castles and their steeds, which are sometimes bus cards.
True. Most of the time they're bus cards.
And they call out. They say, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down," and she's still fucking her boyfriend.
Yeah, but then she'll tell you about how he was a jerk later on and how he left and to go to the football game with the guys or whatever. And you'll hear about that for 3 hours.
I mean, but white knights actually can get themselves out of the friend zone, but they just choose not to because white knights are they're also in the same category as the nice guy, but they're more full of themselves.
And have ulterior motives.
They're like you said in the definition, they're confident, they're cocky, they know what they want, they know how to get it, they know how to achieve it. They're akin to confidence man or pimps.
Right.
Pimps are the greatest white knights of all. Pimps,
how was that?
Pimps pull up in their Rolls Royces and they take a girl who is, in a sucky situation, whether it be family or her home life, her boyfriend, or whatever her current situation is, and they make a grandiose solution. They show her this money and they give her this way that she can be a princess.
Right.
To this white knight.
Right.
Albeit it's a fucked up life, but
that's the life they chose.
Yeah. But failed white knights are the ones that get friend zone.
Yes.
And what they should do is just find a princess on your level.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Finding people that are on your level. That's something that's been kind of a consistent reminder for me for the past month. I've seen a lot of people kind of trying to exceed their caliber, I guess, but it doesn't work out for them because it just ends up they go after this princess and say that they're well, Aladdin isn't a good example because he actually got the princess, but somebody, I don't know.
Quasimodo.
Yeah, Quasimodo didn't get Esmeralda.
Yeah.
He totally was friend zoned. We should have used that as the background. That was a really good example. And he would never get Esmeralda. And that's just in the real world. And you just kind of go for your caliber of person. Unless you have a lot of money and a lot of personality, you're not really getting that golden, princess.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
And the last archetype is the bad boy. That's the one that everyone likes to talk about. Everyone, probably the bad boy that hits me the most would probably be Tyler Durden from Fight Club. He is definitely somebody who is not really a nice person at all. He's kind of the epitome of the bad boy, but women love Brad Pitt and women love, Tyler Durden, because I do. But I think that's a really interesting archetype. Why do you think, as a man, from a man's perspective, why do you think girls tend to like the bad boy, or why nice guys think that girls only like the bad boy?
Well, I'm gonna hold my tongue here and not say what I really want to say, because I don't want to come off as a misogynist or a misogynist or one of those mice gods. But
MySpace.
Maybe one of those MySpaces. But what I really think it is, psychologically, is that if you guys are just gonna force me into saying it, because women are dumb.
Why do you say, in what context? Just that they're dumb, or
women knowingly do things that put them in situations that are unfavorable to them, and then they rely on the white knight character to come save them temporarily while still staying in that bad situation.
And we've kind of developed like a whole relationship, like biodome experiment here, because that's very true. And I think that, they go for the white knight. They'll never date the white knight. They may date the nice guy after they have already realized, several times that their relationship won't work.
The nice guy doesn't get dated until 30.
Yeah.
He spends the better part of his life picking up broken pieces left by the other two. But the bad boy is so attractive to the opposite sex because he's interesting. He is something that the woman seeks in her life. He is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Women traditionally are pretty boring creatures. When you text a girl, you ask her what is she doing. I'm watching TV.
I'm watching reality shows.
I'm painting my toenails. They all watch the same thing. They all watching Bad Girls Club.
I'm watching
Girl Code, Real Housewives, and not the Real House Husbands, Real Housewives. I mean, yeah, women are just boring, and to spice up their life, they want that bad boy. They want the guy who does these things that may not make him a great life mate, but they make him interesting for right now.
They want somebody that'll make their dad angry.
And women really feel like that they can change. Women feel like they're alchemists or magicians or something like that. They really feel like they can go in, delve into a guy's psyche, like this is the cell, and they can like mold a guy into something that he's not. When honestly, any change that you bring about in a man is because he wants to continue to have sex with you. He will do whatever is necessary to.
That was a very blunt response.
To keep open the vagina valve.
Wow, that was a really blatant response.
Because if you break up with him tomorrow, when he gets to the next girl, he will use the same techniques that he used to get you, and he will revert to the man that he was, 24 hours prior to meeting you.
So why do you think that, so we've talked about the different archetypes, and where do we go from here? That I still am a little bit confused on if the friend zone exists or not, because I do very much believe that if you wanted to go after somebody, you would just go after them, like you wouldn't waste time. I don't understand the point of creating a disguise of being someone's friend, unless you are genuine with that. But if it's disingenuous, why just waste time and be like, oh, I'm just going to be your friend and
let's go
hope
back.
that something good happens.
Let's go back and let's really define that large area that is the friend zone, because the friend zone kind of gets this bad reputation, and being a girl's friend isn't that bad.
I read a lot of articles about the friend zone, and it was really interesting because most of them said that. There was one article that I read, which was the one that stands out to me the most, and it was on yourfriendshouse.com. And the title of this article is "The Friend Zone Doesn't Exist, Dickhead." So it's, and they kept reoccurring that same idea where they were like, why is being a girl's friend so bad? Like, is it that terrible to just not want to force her into sex or guilt her into sex, really, is what it essentially is.
Yeah, because honestly, every girl that you meet that you're attracted to doesn't owe you sex.
No.
You can like them as much as you want, but honestly, sometimes they just want to be your friend, and sometimes you should be their friend back. And actually, in my personal experiences, having female friends, sometimes they'll put you on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will stumble into their friends' vaginas.
I've definitely hooked up a lot of male friends of mine with girls that either were my friend or were an acquaintance.
And one of those ended in a marriage.
Married, that's true. Two of them got married.
Which is the ultimate goal for a man, because you get infinite vagina at that point.
Yeah, infinite safe vagina, hopefully.
Hopefully. Unless it's that Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Oh, God.
So,
if you cheat, you will get AIDS.
Right,
Jesus
yeah.
and Lord have a blessed day.
So, quoting from that same article, there was one line in it that I really, really enjoyed. And it says, talking about the friend zone, quote, talking about why, it's so bad to be a girl's friend. The she-devils of the world then go...
The she-devils?
of the world then go and have sex with men who will treat them like absolute shit. Because that's what every woman who has ever walked the face of the earth has done. Because all women are the same. I do feel very much that this friend zone thing has turned into a demonizing view of women. And, I mean, I have talked bad about women being stupid in some of my other videos because they, tend to say and do stupid things. But, just because a girl doesn't want to have sex with you because you're her friend doesn't make her the enemy. And it doesn't make you a victim at all. It makes you not confident in any of your abilities to get someone of the opposite sex who isn't your friend. And, that's really what I think it comes down to. Do you have any other thoughts on that?
There is something really important that I want to highlight here. We've talked a lot about things that you should do as the man and how things go with the man. Mm-hmm. But one of the leading causes of friendzonesia is, and I studied this when I was in dinosaurology school.
Right.
Is women who do this thing where I'm gonna get a fishing rod right here.
Okay.
You get a fishing rod and they attach themselves to it.
Okay.
And they throw themselves out there like latitude. And they dangle themselves in front of the nearest man who will do something for them. And when that man gets close, they yank it back. And when he stops giving them attention, they put it back. They cast out again.
Oh, they cast themselves back out into the ocean of men?
Yeah.
That apparently don't exist?
And they are looking for men to, they're looking for men who have the beginning symptoms of friendzonesia. Lonely, maybe unattractive, low self-confidence, because they want someone to supplement their own low self-confidence.
I agree with that.
Yeah. These girls, what they do is they just take advantage of people who could potentially be really good guys.
That's true. That is an archetype that we did miss, which is probably on the she-devil side. Because there are... I don't want this to be a one-sided argument, but there are girls, I know quite a few, who do purposefully friend zone men. And they know that they friend zone them. And it's innately cruel, because it's kind of like you're giving this illusion that you might maybe potentially be interested one day, maybe, but I want you to do all this stuff for me first. And I'm just going to keep, like you said, throwing myself out there and reeling you in and reeling maybe 3 or 4 others that are attracted to my initial appearance, but, you know, I'm just going to use the shit out of them. And that's not right. That's probably the epitome of why a lot of these girls are called bitches, or, you know, the girls that don't deserve it, essentially.
If you are not willing to date someone who obviously has intentions in you, you should make sure to tell them verbatim, I will not have sex with you today, tomorrow, and for the rest
Ever.
of eternity. There is nothing that you can do to change my mind, and no amount of gift giving will change that. Because if you don't, you are leading someone on.
Yeah.
You are creating friend zone.
Yeah. And I do believe that not only have, you know, men created the friend zone, not only have men created the friend zone that, you know, where they, you know, try to get people to feel sorry for them, but women that use men on purpose also have created the friend zone. So they have a combined effort in that. And those few females that are trashy that do that, have set that example for other women that aren't like that. Just for the same as the men who, those couple of men who are sappy and want everyone to feel sorry for them, have also set that example for other men that are probably shy, but not necessarily bad guys, you know, that just want to meet a girl and have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
if as a woman, if you go and you ask your 5 closest male friends how they feel about you and would they date you if given the chance, if more than 2 of them say yes, then you are probably
contributing to the friend zone.
To the fucking problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But that is not to say that everyone out there who does it is bad, because right. I mean, if you are one of those, you know, nerd princesses out there, then of course you're gonna have a lot of fans and a lot of guys are gonna like you.
Right.
And some of those are even gonna be your own close friends. And you know, even as a guy, you know, if you're a Prince Charming style kind of guy, you know, of course, girls everywhere. You're gonna have a girl in every port.
Right.
But you know, as long as you're straight up with them, you know, like there's nothing wrong with having a, you know, flirtationship. You know,
right.
You know, everything doesn't have to be a relationship. We don't have to fuck. We don't have to date. We can just casually flirt with each other. We can have this kind of nice ambiance between each other.
Right.
But don't lead someone on.
No.
You know,
ever. That's
what friend zoning is. Well, that's what real friend zoning is. Fake friend zoning is just when you mad, bro.
Why you mad, bro? So I think we're going to ask my lovely audience here in the chat if anyone has any questions.
Or if anybody would just like to see Mel do that dance again.
Right. I saw you, Chosen Ninja, making fun of my dance.
Your boyfriend, Chosen Ninja. In the chat, I believe we have quite a few males that Melanie here has friend zoned.
Oh my God! Stop. Not true. Are there any questions scrolling up?
No.
No. Oh. Yes, I will sign your chest.
I believe
we'll never know.
Little Kim answered that already.
She did make a song about. People that see this in the archive can't see the question. Someone asked me if I could sign their chest. Yes, I will. Someone else asked, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a... Or Chosen Ninja asked, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. That was what the turtle said. What's the best to spark a conversation with someone? Or our Manny 99 Fresh asked, as a shy guy, what is the best way to spark a conversation with someone? As a female, I think if you see something that you have in common with them, that's usually a very easy way to spark a conversation. Maybe you see that they have on a t-shirt that has your favorite band or something, or show or something like that. That's a really easy way. You see they have a keychain or something that has a Pokemon on it. You'd be like, hey, I love Pokemon or whatever. Just really simple, short things to kind of spark a conversation. If you see that she doesn't really carry it farther than that, then, maybe just say, hey, do you have Facebook or something like that? If you get shut down after that, I mean, she's probably just isn't interested. And that's okay.
Well, as a guy, I think that one of the best ways to approach somebody or spark a conversation is with hello.
Yeah, that's true.
As a shy person, and this is gonna sound a little silly, but wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, practice talking to yourself. Hello,
That is,
how you doing? Just say things to yourself, respond to yourself, and even sometimes blow yourself off to get you ready for rejection, because that's gonna happen. But
yeah.
always start with hello.
Yeah.
Don't walk up and be like, do you like Pokemon?
Or sometimes too, you could also just try to take like an improv class or something. Learn how to like think on your toes. That can help you get out of your shell. Or if you're not interested in getting out of your shell, like what Kelvin said, just say hello.
Well, Lord Hollow asked, do you feel that some guys can use the idea of the friend zone as an excuse to not pursue women?
I not necessarily, I wouldn't say that it's to not pursue women, but I would say that it's used as a constant excuse to why they're always the victim. I do think that's a very real thing, and I do feel that it's an excuse. Somebody just said that it's an excuse, or Mr. Shinson said it's an excuse. I feel that it could be both.
I feel like if you are, and to quote the famous actor Chester Reed,
yes.
If you are above the age of 23 and you are still having problems getting girls, there is something wrong with you.
It is no one else's
It
fault.
is no one else's fault. You need to change something in your life, because what happens is you get to a point in your life where women start to, with validity, expect you to have certain things, like
True.
a job.
Yeah.
Or, humane cleanliness.
Or, goals, normal things that people have in life.
And
by that age.
If you don't progress, your ability to get girls will degrade. See, these things are on a slope, which is completely opposite to each other. How well you are doing in life with your ability to get girls.
Yes.
You're not doing well. That will go down.
Right. And Chosen Ninja just asked, but what's up with the girls that are quick to call somebody thirsty? Those girls are usually just bitches. And just to be frank, that's typically what that's about. Somebody can be really thirsty, because I've experienced dudes who I've never met in real life who would send me creepy messages or whatever. That's creepy. That's being thirsty. But not a person who's just trying to spark up a conversation and just be a human being. And if that girl calls you thirsty, she's just being a bitch. But if the dude is being creepy, it's probably the thirst. It should be quenched, but probably not by you.
Most girls who are quick to retort with the comment thirsty are usually girls who get too much attention because other guys see that they're easy.
Yeah, that's also true.
Like, if you complain about the thirst, you're probably going in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true.
Because plenty of niggas have hollered at you for the thirst to exist.
Yeah, and if they're talking to you,
and if we all see the same thing, you are showing some red flags of being easy.
That's probably true.
My nigga has probably hit.
And that means I can too. So, I mean, from a male perspective, that is probably very true. That seems extremely valid. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? All right. Well, it looks like we're going to be wrapping it up, unless Mr. J Money has anything else to say.
I just want to give a shout out real quick to everybody who has shown up. Shinsen, Chosen Ninja, Lord Hollow.
Corey Green.
Well, you can always go back and you can watch the archive for anyone who has missed any part of this show.
And I wanted to ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel. And my next show will be up sometime very soon in the next couple of weeks. I'll announce a topic when I come around to it. But the Friend Zone has been really fun. And I'm happy that everybody participated in it. And hooray for my very first guest on my show. And next up is...
I just want to remind everybody to stay tuned to the channel because J Money's Nightwing Wednesday Night Fights is coming up, and it has nothing to do with Corey Green. And don't you believe it? We are going to be on XBLA. We're going to be playing some games. You can look us up. Username is going to be KFair3, KFAIR3, for AE and Marvel. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys on, and I will get to beat some of you guys up.
All right. Don't get friend zoned. Bye, guys.
This is a picture of me. This is a thing that actually happened. This is not a dramatization. This is for real. For real.
Right. I even know.
Corey, if you want to be on the show, you should be here. Yeah.